Okay, so today we're going to go over how to make a really strong thesis. Because if your thesis is nice and strong, the rest of your paper is both easier to write and easier to read. When you're writing a thesis, do not give them this kind of roadmap, okay? It should show them very clearly where you're going with your thesis. Something like this will give them a headache and they'll probably just throw up their hands in despair and never finish. So turns out that Dora the Explorer is great for things besides driving parents up the wall. She shows you a really great way to write a thesis. You're straight to the point. You say, this is where we're going, okay? And these are the three main things we're going to pass in order to prove it. So where we're going, that's your claims, what you are trying to persuade people of. And then your body paragraphs or reasons are those three things that she's saying you're going to pass. So you can make it nice and complex. It doesn't mean that your essay is going to be very childish, but because you've given that very basic outline, even if the rest of your essay is very complex, because your reader knows where they're going, it's a lot easier to follow, right? If you can follow the little path, like, yes, I know where we're going, I know how to get there. So basic format is this is what should be done because of reason 1, 2, and 3. That's just your basic recipe. So I'm going to walk you through the steps to a great thesis. I'll have examples, and I want you to work through it at your own pace on a piece of paper. So feel free to pause the video, write down your ideas, and then keep going. First, you write down your main topic or question that you're investigating. For example, should students have to take notes on paper? Step 2, you turn that sentence into a statement of what you want or what you believe, and don't worry about the whole I want, I believe part. You'll edit that later. So I can transform my question into a statement of I think students should take notes on paper. Third step, make a list of all the possible reasons you might support this answer. This is just brainstorming, drafting. You don't have to use all of these. Right? So I can list all the reasons I can think of here that might help me prove why students should take notes on paper. Step 4 is to narrow down that list. That's a lot to put into one thesis statement. So I have the ones about showing we remember what we write by hand. It's easy for the teacher if students paid attention. And I put less distractions under that. I felt like they went together. Then all the stuff about how it's easy to add drawings and graphs, color codes, study, I just made that into one category called easy to use. I can talk about all of those things in the category later, but remember, we're going for simplicity in the beginning. Then you're going to smash those two parts that you've written together, the statement of what you want plus your main reasons why, into one sentence. So mine now says, I think students should take notes on paper because it shows students are paying attention, is easy to use, and because research shows that students are more likely to remember what they write by hand, right? So here's my thesis statement. Step 6, I cross out any mention of myself, all right, because it makes me sound more professional instead of just some random Joe saying, hey, I really think that you should do this because I'm a whiny kid and I think I want it, right? If you say this is what should happen and these are the reasons why, you sound very certain, people are more likely to listen to you. So I just cross out the I think, capitalize the first word, it still makes sense. The last step is just to revise it, polish it up so it looks nice. I just wanted mine to be a little shorter, more concise. So I narrowed it down so that it says, students should take notes on paper because it shows they are paying attention, is easy to use, and improves memorization. So there's my roadmap. People know that I'm trying to prove why students should take notes on paper and that my main reasons are that it helps pay attention, they're easy to use, and help kids memorize. And ta-da, you have a thesis statement.